Welcome to the Properties to Profit podcast. I'm Michael, your host. Excited to share with you my journey from a six-figure job to building a successful real estate business. Each episode will explore various aspects of real estate investing, from wholesaling and flipping to managing rentals. I'll share the lessons and insights I've gained, aiming to help you avoid mistakes and achieve your financial goals. Expect guest experts, valuable tips, and practical advice to guide you on your own real estate journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you find any value in this podcast, please subscribe, share, and follow me on social media. Let's turn properties into profits together.
Good Monday morning, guys. Michael here on Properties to Profits. And today's Monday Mindset episode, I wanted to talk about learning to say no. Recently, I've had a couple people reach out to me asking, hey, how do you say no to things? And that is such an important skill to learn. I believe saying no has really started to allow me to build success here in my business and my company and my life, a better life for myself. It's just saying no to the things that I want no part of. And so what I want to talk to you guys, how I've learned to say no, because I believe it is so important to say no to things. So first things first, learning to say no to things allows you to do the things you enjoy or do the things that actually matter to you in life, allows you to achieve things that are important to you. And so for me, what really allowed me to start saying no was in 2018. It is no secret that I had a depressive state at that point. My mindset wasn't right. And how I started to build that up is I just started to say no to things. I tried to please everyone, and I learned that I couldn't please everyone. And so if I wasn't going to please everyone, I might as well only do the things where I could please the most amount of people that brought me joy. Let that sink in, guys. You're never going to please everyone, so stop trying. Don't be afraid to say no to them. Don't be afraid to put your feelings, your family's matters first. So many times I didn't do that, which led me to a place where I knew I wasn't going to please everyone. And at that point, I had no joy in my life, no fulfillment in my life, because I was trying to please everyone else and never looked after myself. So what's that take? How do you learn to say no? Well, first, you've got to learn who you want to be. What do you want to be known for, right? What do you want out of your life? Is it more money? Is it success? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want cars? Do you want to travel? Do you want more time with your family? Do you want to be known as a good dad, a good mother, a good husband, a good wife, good grandma, good grandpa? What's it look like to you? And it may change over time, right? Because other important things are going to happen in your life. But you've got to first define that. What do you want out of your life, right? And so I'm going to use the income thing first, right? Let's just say, easy math, you want to make $200,000 a year and you're only going to work 2,000 hours, right? Well, at first, if you've never made $200,000, it's going to be difficult to do this. But you got to learn to say no to tasks that don't pay you $100 an hour. So $100 an hour times 2,000 hours is what the average person works. Is 2,000 hours a week, or 2,000 hours a year. That's assuming 40-hour work weeks, 50 weeks, taking 2 weeks vacation, right? That's the average W2. So you've got to learn to say no to tasks that do not pay you at least $100 an hour, or that you can't find someone to pay you for that. So for example, for me, I stopped walking my dog, right? I might walk my dog because I enjoy that task, but like I don't go home in the middle of the day from work to walk my dog anymore, right? Because I could pay someone $20 to $25 an hour to do that. And that's not worth my time anymore. I want to make $200,000, right? So I'm not going to do any tasks there. I could pay someone $35 to mow my lawn. So I do, right? It takes me about 45 minutes to mow my lawn. Okay, I don't have to do that anymore. Now I don't need a lawnmower anymore. So I'm cutting down costs there. I won't move myself anymore because I want to make that kind of money. Movers make $25 an hour, right? $30 an hour as a laborer. So I'm not doing those laborious tasks, right? I could pay someone to pick up my mail. I don't pick up my mail anymore. I could pay someone $20 an hour, right? So you got to go through and all the tasks that you're doing in your life, whether it's inside of work and outside of work, and you put a monetary thing on it. This is assuming you want to get to $200,000 an hour is how I'm coming up with this one. And then you've got to cut out or $200,000 a year. I apologize. Then you got to cut out everything that's not there, right? If you can replace those activities with someone who does it cheaper, delivering food, um, going to the grocery store, cooking food, right? Laundry. I haven't done laundry in 3 or 4 years. It cost me $100-ish a week to have someone could do 3 loads of laundry for me, fold it and everything. That's insane. Why would I do that activity? Why would I clean my house? $35 an hour. I'm not going to do those things, right? So I can do the things that I enjoy, right? And for me, it's going to make money. Then I can do whatever I want with that extra money, right? So you got to really learn to say no. And when you're trying to gain income, it's super easy, right? Don't do those tasks that don't pay you the amount of money you want to learn. And there might be a small window where you're bridging that gap as you build your skill. So you might have to do a little bit of that, but you have to learn that, hey, I got to get good enough that I can say no to this, where I could pay someone to get this off my plate. And maybe you start with 1 or 2 of those things, right? Maybe a laundry, $100 a week for most people wouldn't be a deal breaker, right? So start having someone else do that laundry for you. And then watch what you do with that extra 2 or 3 hours a week, right? So use that time to grow your skill so that you can become the person who's worth $200,000 an hour. That's what I did. So I studied sales, right? Sales and marketing. That's what this business is. And so when I wanted to continue to have income of $200,000 an hour, I got rid of those tasks. And instead of filling those tasks with like Instagram or Facebook or memes or things that really don't bring any value to me personally, video games, right? If they bring value to you, it's okay, but they don't bring value to me, so I'm not going to do them. And then I went and learned a skill. I doubled down on my skill, which for me was sales, right? For me, it was marketing, right? I got really good at those 2 things. And what do you know? I should pass that $200,000 income level. It didn't happen overnight, right? But years and years of doing those things, I got there, right? I stopped moving my buddies, right? I stopped moving friends. I don't do that. I said no to those people. I don't go fishing with friends anymore. It's not that I don't enjoy those things. I want to do more of those things, but I also wanted to get to an income level that was sustainable for me, the lifestyle that I wanted. And everything you say yes to means you're saying no to your income level that you want to get to. So stop saying yes to everything unless it's going to help you achieve those goals, right? Then once you hit that income level of $200,000 or whatever it may be for you, then you can reevaluate. Man, is this where I want my life to be? Am I happy with the things that I have in life? Am I comfortable, right? Is my spouse okay with this? All of those things. Am I going to be able to provide for my future? Whether that's your wife and kids or whatever that role might be for you. If it's yes, then you could start to do the things you enjoy, right? You can start to do more, because once you've reached the level of $200,000, it's easy to stay flatline there, right? And you got to do this with everything in your life, right? I know you guys have heard me talk about the 4 F's: family and friends, finances, right? Fitness and health, right? And then what's the last F? Faith. Whether that's faith as a religion and faith in yourself, it's a combination of both of those, I believe. And so you got to reevaluate in all those things and say no to those things that aren't ultimately helping you reach those goals in your life. There will be other times in your life that you get to go fishing, that you get to get on Instagram. But what it's costing you not to make $200,000 a year is the difference between where you want to be. So if you want to be at $200,000 and you make 60, it's costing you $140,000 a year not to go make $200,000 this year. Why not? You just have to execute. The knowledge is there. There's YouTube for everything, right? There's podcasts. You can listen to people like me, Ed Milet, Brad Lee, right? Those guys will teach you the things you need to know, but you got to implement them, right? Because if you're just watching these podcasts and not doing anything, man, you're just using them for entertainment. And at that point, you might as well be playing video games on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, right? They're all the same at that point if you don't implement anything you learn from these podcasts. Okay, guys? And so the other thing I wanted you guys to take away is when you're learning to say no, you're going to start to see your life get more productive, right? But then it's going to level off. You have to learn harder things to say no to so you can grow again. And you might dip a little bit, right? You might go back on those old ways. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. You are human. Life is not straight up and to the right. I wish it was. I wish it was that easy. We would all be living better lives if things were that easy, right? But it wouldn't be as joysome or joyful if it was that easy, right? So those setbacks, those delays in gratification are what make this so joyful and make it so fun. And when you get to the end of the race, which the race doesn't ever end, by the way, when you get to the next goal that you hit, it's looking back and seeing how far you've come is where the joy comes from, okay? So I want you to remember that. Learn to say no to things that aren't helping you achieve your goals. I gave you step-by-step on how to say no. If you want to get to $200,000, the things you got to say no to get there, right? It's the same thing with your fitness, right? Say you want to lose 20 pounds in the next, let's say 6 months. That'd be a pretty reasonable goal. Like just over 3.5 pounds a month. That'd be pretty reasonable, sustainable for most people, I think. Well, how are you going to do that? You got to say no to things. You got to say no to sweets, right? You got to say no to lounging on the couch all day, and you got to say no to the snooze button because you got to get up and go work out, right? You got to say no to the buffet. You got to say no to the fried chicken and the burgers with all the fixings on them, right? The French fries, if you want to hit those goals, right? And it's hard. It's going to suck. But what's going to feel better is being 20 pounds lighter, being able to play with your kids, being able to get up and down, having less knee pain, be able to breathe more. All of those health benefits come with losing 20 pounds, right? So you got to decide what you're going to say no to. You decide, is your goal big enough for you to say no to something else that doesn't help you achieve that goal? Stop pleasing everyone else. Keep your circle tight. Keep your circle small. Please your significant other. Please your kids. Please yourself. Please your boss. Please your customers if you're a business owner. But that's it. You don't need to please everyone in your life. You don't need to please everyone and friends. They don't have to like the same things you do. And at the end of the day, I want you to remember something. You're going to die. And when you're on your deathbed, you want to remember all the things you could have done, but instead you said yes to every little activity in the world and never got you what you actually wanted in a life? Or do you want to achieve the life that you actually wanted? So I gave you guys 2 tangible things on how to say no to things. You've got to learn to say no to things that aren't helping you achieve your goals. So I want to ask you this week, what are you going to say no to that's not going to help you achieve your goals? And maybe it's you need to set the goals, right? So you know what you want out of life. So then you can really look back and maybe that's your problem. So take the first step in setting your goals, right? Stick with the 4 F's. So family and friends, what do you want to do there? Faith, whether you believe in religion or not, you got to believe in yourself, right? Fitness and health, right? And then finances. Set goals in all 4 of those arenas. And the way I look at it is if I don't check off 2 of those boxes, I don't do it, right? So if I'm watching college football, right? Ohio State, right? It's had some disappointing end of the year, right? Football. And we're not used to that. So if I'm watching football, I can't watch it by myself because if they go lose, that's not good for my mindset, right? I get disappointed. I get upset. It doesn't help me, doesn't benefit me. But if I'm going to watch football and I'm watching it with a loved one, a family, or a friend, that's a different thing, right? Because I'm getting connect with people, right? And that's important, right? It's not just fun then. The gym, right? That's going to help me with my fitness goals. That's also going to help me build faith in me that I can do hard things, that I can do that one more rep when I don't want to, that my deadlift can get back to 400 or 500 pounds again, right? That I'm able to bench more, that I'm able to get my 6-pack back, right? That will help me in my fitness and health goals, right? But it will also help me build the faith that I can do hard things, that I can get up and go to the gym every morning even when I don't want to. On the days I don't feel the greatest, on the days I have a chest cold or whatever, I still go to the gym because I am building a mental toughness that I can believe in myself, that I have faith to do the right thing, and that I make good decisions, right? So that's what I really want you guys to take away from this, guys, is make sure that when you're setting these goals, if it doesn't help you fulfill one of these 4 F's of the major goals that you set for yourself underneath those, don't do them. Don't do them. So what are you going to say no to this week so that you can hit your goals, guys? I appreciate you guys and hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Properties to Profit podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Follow me on social media for more updates and tips. Until next time, keep turning properties into profits.